I wanted to share with other women that was once in my position trying to figure out how do I provide for my family? How do I make money on my own time, and create my own schedule? And so I created an online course to help other women do that. First, it was workshops locally, and I traveled teaching this technique to other people, and other people saw success from it. And I was super proud of building this thing. And I wanted to just teach more and more and get more people to do this and more and more and more. It's always more and more, right? And so I just really started to do really well in that business until the overwhelm came. And it was like I wanted to put people in position, and I'm an empath at that, and so I feel for people. And when people aren't being successful with the blueprint that I've given them via online course, and I was doing free coaching even, um, and I didn't even realize I was doing coaching. I really thought that I was just like, oh, if you have a hiccup, just let's do a group Zoom and we could talk about it. So I wasn't even being paid for that. And that's probably a little bit of the burnout too, because I did a lot of free things because my heart was in the right place. But I realized that, um, eventually, like I said, I was giving too much of myself, my time and energy. And so it really defeated the purpose of me being present with my kids, the whole reason why I started, and me being part of PTO and being at their school stuff. Like I wasn't there anymore. I wasn't, at their games because I was building and building and building. And that wasn't like I lost sight of the reason why I even started and inherently lost myself. And so I just walked away from it all because it wasn't in alignment with what I wanted. And yes, did it hurt? It did. And then I end up having to, I'll be honest, I had to file for bankruptcy because I was way in over my head with investments. Um, but thank God I'm in the right place now. And I believe where I am is an answered prayer. Although my nervous system is still in that mode of wanting to build an entrepreneurship, um, of wanting to see those 6 figures in my I mean, it was never in my account because if you make 6 figures, half of it is going to, taxes, and that's another thing that was killing me. The more you made, the more you had to give, and there was different ways that, different loopholes where you can kinda hide that money in assets, which I did. I got into real estate. I had a rental property. I did fix and flips. I was able to do various things, which was really cool, and travel and allow my family to see different places. But now I'm in a different place of healing and of softness and of just trying to figure out what's next for me, because I don't want to build a business on burnout because it just feels like a hamster wheel that you're always running and chasing the next gold, but it's a cycle, never really being free. And I realized that I wanted to be free. The whole reason why I started this was to be free, and I was free until I wasn't. And I didn't even know when that happened. So I say all that to say is always make sure that your whys is intact, and your whys help you to stay in alignment with where that thing that God put inside of you, that dream, that not the things that you see on social media. Oh, now I want to be a millionaire. That wasn't really my goal to begin with, and it wasn't a bad goal, but in the rapid fire pace I was trying to achieve that, yeah, that wasn't good for me. I'm not even that type of person. I'm a free-spirited person. Supposed to be free. I love helping others. I love elevating others, and I love coaching. But I think where I am in this part of my life is I want to offer another business the skills that I was able to ascertain for myself and for others. And so at this point, I just want stability so that I could continue to just live a free life in a sense. Like, maybe do some contracting work for other companies. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. But I'm just not, I was thinking to myself, like, okay, maybe I just need a break and to, recollect myself to go back out there and to serve and to do the thing. And it's been 3 years. It's strange that it's been 3 years. I don't even know how that happened, but I'm still in business, just back to business the way that I started, which is a solopreneur. I don't have any staff like I did before. But I keep saying, okay, I'm going to go back to the drawing board and start this thing back up. And I don't have it in me to do. I don't have the strength to do it. And I keep fighting with that. And it's just like, I think it's time to go into another chapter. I think it's time for me to take my skills and add value to someone else's company. Um, and share in that way. I don't have the inner strength. Like, I'm tired. I'm bored now, but because I've been home, but I don't have it to be that entrepreneur that is hiring staff, that is doing accounting work, that is doing paperwork, that is it just pulled away so much of my creativity. It killed it, honestly. And my cup was so dry, like the damn cup was on fire. Okay. That I really had to take the time to regulate my nervous system. It was shot. And who else can, I wish people could talk on this. I don't know if you could, but maybe you can. Yeah, it says right message. But who else can, relate to that? Who's been in a position like that? It's not easy. It's not easy. And dealing with different personalities was a struggle. Um, oh my God. Like hiring people, then you have the right people, yet some of them have different personalities you have to deal with, and being an empath and dealing with different personalities and taking it on as your own. I don't think like I did it and I know that I'm a great leader, but it was a lot for me spiritually, mentally. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. And so I did it for 10 years. Like, I'm proud of that. At first, I felt like I failed, and I did not fail. I'm in a position, like I said, of an answered prayer because part of me was like, I just want to be a stay-at-home mom again. I just want to relax in softness and bake cookies for my children and be with them and go to their cheer games, but still have enough money to go on trips and have this and just, live that life. But it was out of balance. Like, it was not a lifestyle for me. And emphasis for me because other people have done it and still are doing it. For me to keep for the long haul. It just wasn't. And I tried. I really did try. And I took a year and did therapy to overcome that feeling of failure. Like I failed. And accept that I did not fail. Like, girl, you wasn't even trying to have a six-figure business. You was just trying to make money enough to help your household, and you've fucking made a six-figure business. Like, wow. Um, but the burnout was real. And so, but I am grateful. I sit in gratitude today. I sit in so much gratitude to say that you did something that you didn't even know you could do. And that was all an act of God because it wasn't you didn't sit here like most people say, Oh, you wanna create a business? Go ahead and create a business plan. Go did that. I mean, that probably could have been a downfall because I didn't create a business plan. I just was going with flow. And that's just how I am. I'm not this super over prepared thing. I'm a person that takes action on each step, and I just follow after God and see where it goes. And so now that I am where I am and I have all these skill sets from data entry to freaking accounting stuff to leading a business to online curriculum creation to creating a patent and all the words. I don't use all the words. I was just doing things. And now I'm in this place where I'm going on LinkedIn trying to create a resume so that I can add value to someone else's business. I want to be hired, a nice salary, and to sit in softness. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so. Like, I've done the hard work. I did it. And because I did it, I think now it's time for me to accept that it's okay to work under someone else now and to add value to someone else in a different way. So, I don't beat myself up for that. Um, as I did before. Therapy helped, which then you had to find the right therapist because I had one therapist who was like, "Girl, you can't work for nobody. You're a creator. And you're not meant to work for nobody." But I can still be a creator and a leader working for someone else in the right position. I can. I definitely can. And I actually look forward to doing that. Because as I said, I want to sit in softness. Okay. Thank you, my love. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So I just became clear on that actually. I fought with it for a long time. Thought to myself I was mentally, unhireable. Like I can't work for someone else. And I lied to myself. So I sat with that a lot and I was like, yes, you can. You can work for someone else instead of thinking of it like that. You're adding value to another company from the experiences you've gained over a decade of time of being your own entrepreneur and leading staff and adding value to other people's lives. Because I also helped other entrepreneurs create an income for themselves, and people copied my blueprint in other hairstylist made courses, by just copying my blueprint without taking the class. You know how we do. Research and compete. And I was doing this before this big wave of online classes came out. I was doing this in 2016, you know. That's when I started with my online classes, and that's when I started to figure out a patent, and I have yet to actually have it manufactured, so that's something I still have to work on, but we know we need funding against it, and so I need to do research on funding, but I don't even have that willpower to do that right now. Like, I don't. And so, yeah, entrepreneurship is not for everybody, but then it could be for everybody. Like, it could be done, but where I was in my 20s and early 30s in doing entrepreneurship, I am not there in my late 30s going into my 40s. Like I don't have that grit and that grind that I once did. And so I'm okay with that. I just want to come on here and share that. So if anybody else needs to hear that and they're in that same place, I understand you. And I'm on here on this platform now because I was trying to figure out a way to my mind goes into entrepreneurship all the time. So I had to figure out an off switch on what things are just about passion and doesn't have to be for profit. And so I love to write. I love to engage with other people. I love having a community of other people of um thought think deep thinkers, stuff like that. And so this is for passion, it's not for profit. And I did write a book for profit, but I love this space because it allows you to be a deep thinker. It's not about trying to be like anyone else or to copy anyone else or to be competitive. It is just to share what's in your spirit. And so this is how I will show up in this space. It's a not for profit, nonprofit, and not a business. It's a community for me. That's what this is. And Instagram became for profit. I grew my business to six figures off of Instagram, got celebrity clients off of Instagram. So I don't hold space there the way that I used to. It just doesn't connect for me anymore. But this does because it's new, it's inviting, and you guys are beautiful. And you guys have definitely accepted me in a way that, I used to once think that I couldn't share in such a way. And so I'm glad to have a space where I can be vulnerable, I can be honest and transparent. And I think everybody needs that. Because if you don't have a tight in-person circle, then you have to figure something out. And I once had a tight in-person circle until my business started to grow and jealousy became a factor. And unfortunately, I no longer have those friends. So I kind of been in a place of solitude as to why I said I understand B. Simone. I've been in a place of solitude and refilling my cup that was burning dry like a brush fire. Um, and so it took me 3 years to start to refill my cup. It's not overflowing like it once was, but at least it's not empty. And I appreciate where I am in life now in this place of solitude and softness and surrender. Um, yeah, so I just wanted to share those things. And thank you so much, you guys, for being on and showing so much love and watching this. And if you have subscribed and you missed any part of this, this will be emailed to you guys because I'm just going to be I want a private something, And I love this because it's kind of like private in a sense, you know what I mean? Like only those who are email subscribed can see it and it's not like have to be posted on a grid in public. I love the privacy portion of it because I am being vulnerable and transparent about things that I've went through and just about how I view life and um stuff like that. So, thank you so much for watching and showing love. And you'll receive that. And that's all I have to share today. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace and love. Bye.